Little Legends, Exceptional Men in Black History, written by Vashti Harrison. Paul Stephenson, 1937, activist. Despite growing up in the shadow of World War II, Paul had a happy childhood. He was 2 years old when the war began, and he was evicted from London to the countryside. Since his mother was in the military and his father had returned to West Africa, he grew up in a children's home. The only black person in town, Paul was treated kindly, but sometimes as a curiosity. Being singled out made him particularly observant about the behaviors of the adults around him, a trait that served him well later in life. When he moved back to London, Paul experienced racism, hostility for the first time. Despite this, Paul was proud to be British and wanted justice for everyone. At 15, he joined the Royal Air Force. After 7 years of service, he moved to Bristol, where he was the city's first black social worker. While Paul arrived in Bristol, he witnessed the racism that many Caribbean immigrants were experiencing. The Bristol omnibus community, for example, refused to employ black and Asian drivers. Inspired by the work of the civil rights activists in the United States like Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks, Paul called for a bus boycott, which lasted 60 days. On August 28, 1963, the same day Dr. King gave his I Have a Dream speech, the bus company announced that it will hire black and Asian drivers. Paul didn't stop there. In 1964, he was refused service at a pub because he was black. In protest, he decided to stay until he was served. He was arrested and the trial received media attention, forcing Britain to confront its racism. Paul was found innocent and the Britain's prime minister promised him that the laws would change. In 1965, the Race Relations Act was passed, making racial discrimination illegal in public places, and Paul's work helped pave the way for it. Paul shows that it's important to stand up for what is right, no matter how big or small the fight. He shined a light on Britain's racism and helped illuminate a path to a better country.